Hey everybody. Well, it was quite an opening weekend around here. A lot of excitement for me anyway. The first day, Matt came up Friday night and spent the night. We had some bear backstrap for supper and got up in the morning and it was cold. I got set up in a tree. It took me a while. I couldn't find a tree, and then the tree I found was really crooked, and I wound up, my foot kicked it off, my toe came off the tree, and of course went and kicked my stick sideways, and my foot was caught in the aider. I couldn't get it out. I had a heck of a time. So that's how my morning started. Got all my stuff gathered up, found another tree, hopped up it. It was breaking daylight till I got set up. And it was cold. It was really cold. In fact, in the video, after I shoot the doe, I'm not shaking because I shot a doe. I'm shaking because I'm so freaking cold. I couldn't even hold my binoculars. I was trying to find her. I knew she went down, but I couldn't see her. I was trying to find her in the binoculars, but I couldn't even hold my binoculars. I was shaking so bad. I was cold. I didn't get any of the deer on film. Everything happened so quick. Saturday morning, I just looked about 7:30, 8 o'clock. I looked down through the woods, and there was a deer standing. I have no idea where she came from. I had to wait a little bit. I couldn't see its head. Finally, it stepped out. It was a big old doe, and I shot her. And she ran about 30 yards and fell over. And then about 10 minutes later, I looked down, there's another one, but I figured out pretty quickly that that was its fawn. It wouldn't leave for quite a while. So I just stayed in the tree because Matt wasn't too far from me, and we were hoping to get him a shot at a deer. About a half hour after that fawn finally left, I looked out through, I was texting with Matt, and I look out through the woods, and here comes a spike. And that spike went right down to that doe. I don't know if she was in heat or she was getting close to being in heat, but he sniffed her out and walked right down to her. And he hung out there for a half hour, 45 minutes. And about 10 o'clock, I couldn't take it anymore. I was cold, so I got down out of the tree and took care of that deer.
Got a big doe down. Yeah. All right, guys. I shot a pretty nice doe. She had a fawn with her. I didn't want to shoot it. I wasn't sure it wasn't a button buck. And then I was texting with Matt, and I looked up, and that spike was coming right in the trail we walked in on. So it's been a pretty exciting morning so far. I'm froze though. I think it's only 9:30, so I think I'm gonna get down, tag this deer, and get it gutted, and then I'll either sit on the ground and make some coffee, or I'll get back up in a tree. I'm not sure yet for a while.
So that was the first morning. Jordan, she didn't go out. She had bronchitis. She wasn't feeling well. She did come up to the cabin now and help me get that deer skin. We got that taken care of. And poor Maddie was out all day and didn't see anything. Then on Sunday, day 2, about, it was early. It was 7:30, 7:45. I looked down through the woods. There were squirrels everywhere. I was covered up in squirrels. And I looked and I saw something gray moving, and I thought it was a squirrel. And I thought, nah, that's too big for a squirrel, but it didn't move like a deer. I kept watching. It was a coyote. So I did the old, and it started working its way to me. And I thought, man, I'm going to get a whack at this thing. If it stops, if I can get it to stop. And I was getting my gun up, and my stupid camera arm was in the way. I couldn't get a shot. I had to move my camera, and you'll see that. I was trying to get it on the coyote when I didn't think I was going to get a shot at it. And then when it turned and started my way, why, things got a little interesting. I had to move the camera to get a shot at the coyote, and I never did get it on film till after the fact. And then about an hour after that, a whole string of deer came up through, and I thought sure there'd be a buck with them. So I waited and waited. I wanted to shoot a buck, and there was no buck in that group, but because I'd waited so long, now they were behind me. I had to turn the whole way around on my saddle and shoot freehand, and it was a pretty good scotch. It was pushing 100 yards. And the last deer in the line that I was sure wasn't a fawn, looked like a decent sized doe. She stopped and gave me a shot, and I hit her. I knew I hit her. She jumped straight up in the air, but then ran up the mountain and stopped. And I was so far away, I was having trouble seeing her. And she didn't fall over. I couldn't tell if she laid down or she was just standing. But I could see her head moving back and forth. But there was no way I was getting a shot through all that mess. Then she turned around and came back down towards me, actually, and got about 50 yards, and I did get another one in her. And she ran and got behind some trees. I couldn't see her, but she never came out. So I was pretty sure she was laying over there.
All right, guys. It's been quite a morning. I have a coyote laying over here, and I think I have a doe laying way up here. A whole string of them came up through. I think there was 7. And I kept waiting for a buck, but there was no buck. So I decided to film my last doe tag. And I took a nice one. I think it's one of the bigger ones. I hope it is anyway. It looked like it. I shot her. I hit her. But I didn't kill her. She stood up there for a while. Or laid down or something. I could see her moving, but I couldn't get a shot. And after a bit, I think she got up and she hobbled back down towards me. I got another one in her. I think she's laying over there. But I'm gonna go sneak over and check. Alright, well, it's been quite a morning. I got a coyote laying right down here. I got deer laying over here. I can back up and get my stuff. I'm gonna drag them down the power line and go get the deer cart. Whew. I'm not cold anymore. Well, on the way back to get the deer cart. Drop my crap off at the 4-wheeler.
So that was a pretty good morning as well. So overall for the weekend, I filled my last doe tag, got 2 doe and a coyote. Well, that's pretty good. So I hope your season's going well. I hope everybody's being safe, and take care, and God bless.